Warning: the following content contains language that may be inappropriate for younger viewers. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
Welcome to the Let's Get Heavy podcast, your exclusive backstage pass to the realm of heavy music. Join us as we engage in conversations with amazing musicians across the metalverse. I'm your host Stevie, and we're getting heavy with Struck a Nerve. If you're enjoying the content, please consider liking, subscribing, and if you're feeling extra generous, please leave a comment. It's completely free to do and helps us out greatly. Thank you and enjoy the interview. My name is Stevie, and I want to welcome you to the Let's Get Heavy podcast, where we like to highlight bands and try and spread a little bit of positivity throughout the metalverse.
Lovely, mate. Thank you for having us.
Oh, it's not a problem whatsoever. So, for those who may be unaware of Struck a Nerve, can you give us a brief introduction about the band? How would you describe the band's sound in your own words?
The band's sound. Let's do it as a few words as possible. Let's make it bullet points as well. Grimy, dirty, grindy, buzzsaw guitars. We are here to make the dirtiest thrash the UK has ever seen. We're here to wreck your necks. It's as simple as that. It's that old school, keep it true vibe. Dirty and underground, basically. Full stop.
Love it. Absolutely love it. It's what I want when it comes to a thrash band, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
And you've been generating quite a bit of buzz in the thrash scene. Could you tell us a bit about how Struck a Nerve came together, and what was your initial vision for the band?
Oh, wow. Okay. So, obviously, me, Nathan, Chris, and the band have known each other for years and years. And we've done bands and projects previous. You know, this isn't our first rodeo. But, 2022, 2021, 2022, something like that. We all kind of went our separate ways, really. And, I left the music scene, got a job, became an adult finally, settled down, had a family, all in the space of 2 years. So my life went quite far. And those guys carried on doing music. However, their musical direction and what they were doing sort of changed. And I think they missed it quite a lot. And I got a call. It was on New Year's Day of 2024, 2023. Can't remember which one. And it was just like, yeah, hey man, do you want to break some heads again? And I'm like, yeah. Basically, that was it. It was that easy, yeah. And literally within the next 2 days, we were writing, putting lyrics together, song ideas. The idea of the band was so almost ready and made with just the people of actually who we are. There was no hesitation of, oh, what should we do? What is this? It was just grimy, dirty, underground thrash. And that's it. And then we've been going since there. Lexel's a good friend of mine. I've known Lexel for a couple of years now. And he's actually from Venezuela. So, and he's had bands over there. He's been itching to play over here. So yeah, we grabbed him on board to fill in for a few shows for us, and yeah, he's a permanent member now, and it's like we've known him for years. It's going really well. The buzz is refreshing in the modern metal scene, because you know how it can be sometimes.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been refreshing to almost hit the ground running with no hitches along the way. It's almost unheard of.
That's good, and I hope it continues to go that smoothly for you guys as well. Because it's absolutely brilliant to see. So how long has the band actually been together for? It's still fairly new, isn't it? I know you had your first single released in 2024. I know that.
Yeah, that was, oh God, what month was that? I can't remember what month that was now. But yeah, that was, we'd just finished finalizing at that point what the album was. So we had all 9 tracks together. Oh, there you go. The album's 9 tracks, everybody. We just had just put all 9 tracks together, and we were sort of conflabbing what should be the debut single. And yeah, so it's all just become a blur, really, man. if I'm honest with you, it was our finger's been on the trigger constantly, and we haven't really taken it off. So it's just been a blur. But like I say, it's really refreshing that it's so well received, and yeah, I can't thank everybody enough, really, to be honest. The support of the UK metal scene, people like yourselves, but also overseas. Overseas, we're doing great in America at the moment, and we're a band that haven't even released an album. It's incredible.
Hard graft though as well, mate. It shows and pays off. If you're willing to put the graft in, show that you're willing to put the graft in.
Bags under my eyes, mate.
I feel you there, mate. I feel you there.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, people recognise hard graft. People at the end of the day, people recognise hard work, hard graft, and that's exactly what you have done in your short space time. And more power to you. I hope the band keeps rising, going forward, getting bigger. Because
I'm sure we will.
We'll love to see it at the end of the day.
I hope we will.
So what were some of the band's key influences that shaped the band?
Slayer. Full stop. No. Yeah, we all absolutely love Slayer. I mean, I don't know many people who. I mean,
how can you be a thrash band and not really like Slayer?
And not like Slayer, dude? I've met them. They're out there. They do exist. But yeah. So yeah, I know. It's just so Slayer, big influence. Like all the way back to Show No Mercy, all the way through to World Painted Blood. I mean, Repentless is great, but for us, it's like World Painted Blood is such an iconic album for us. Sodom, that sort of early era. But we took a lot of inspiration actually, because we're also big, like sort of like that post Blackfire sort of era. Burnerman, Tap in the Vein as well. Code Red, Obituary, Enforced. Drain as well from the US. Really, we've got a big hardcore influence on this album, which will come through when it eventually hits shelves. The hardcore element will definitely come.
For me, when I heard it, I immediately thought of Exodus, Municipal Waste, and Nuclear Assault. Those were the three that I went.
Yeah, a lot of people have said that. A lot of people have said that, actually, to be fair.
Those were the three that I went straight for. I was like, wow, because you've got the old school vibes as well, while also hitting the more modern thrash as well, which is absolutely fantastic to see.
Yeah, it's hard to find your space in thrash sometimes, and like I said, it's just hit the ground running. It seems to have just worked and straight down the middle. You know what I
mean? And for yourself, because your bass and vocals for Struck a Nerve, what were your influence personally to become a vocalist and even a bass player?
I was never originally a bass player, to be honest with you. I kind of was doing a shift for a band, and it went really well, and their bass player and singer left, and it just sort of happened. So I was never really originally a bass player. However, I enjoy it much more these days. So bass influences for me are, behind you, Voivod, like Rocky from Voivod, Tom Angel Ripper, Sodom, Geddy Lee as well. I'm not a technical bass player by any means. I just like to hit it until it hurts. I like to treat my instruments like
just go for them root notes sort of thing.
Just hit it as hard as you can. I'm there to put on a show. But Geddy Lee, Jaco Pastorius, Dee Verney.
I can imagine again Tom Araya he's also bass and vocals as well.
He is. But to be honest with you, whenever I listen to Slayer, I don't really concentrate too much on like the bass, or I just want to bang my head. So for me, Tom Araya's vocal inspiration, absolutely. You'll hear that come through in the three singles we have now, and the rest of the album. But Tom Araya definitely vocal. Angel Ripper from Sodom, and Bobby Blitz. Blitz for me. Yeah.
That is a name I don't hear very often, but again, such a key influence in the thrash world.
I've played with Bobby in the past, and the guy is a character on stage and off stage. He's one of those guys that's larger than life, but he doesn't get talked about enough,
I haven't had the privilege to meet him personally, but I hear nothing but good things.
He's crazy. He's awesome. He's crazy. Yeah, he's brilliant.
Brilliant. That's what I mean. back in end of February, I was hanging out with Dan Lilker from Nuclear Assault in Edinburgh for the
Oh
weekend,
yeah,
and
yeah,
every bar that we went into, because they were just playing your traditional pub metal. There was no metal. It was literally just like your generic like pub music sort of thing that they've got
yeah.
playing on the radio. And every bar that we walk in, you would just scream Slayer, put Slayer, and everyone's looking, who's the crazy Yank?
Yeah. So was he down with Autopsy, or was that when he was filling in for
No, he
Anthrax?
was just here for his for his wedding anniversary with his family, with his wife.
Crazy.
Took us a message. He just said, because I interviewed him, him and his wife, and sent us a message. He was like, "Look, we're in Edinburgh. Do you want to come up and hang out with us for a bit?" They didn't really know Edinburgh. Me and my wife's there quite a lot
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it's one of our favorite places to go. Why not?
yeah.
And well, we're only a
Bread and butter, mate. Bread and butter.
we're only a 2 hour drive away, so why not?
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, we drove up. We spent the weekend with them. It was really, it was absolutely hilarious. One of the
Yeah.
absolute soundest blokes I've ever had to meet.
Yeah, I've never met Lilker. I've never met Lilker, but I've heard he's a pretty sound dude actually. To be
Yeah,
fair.
but like I say, every bar that we're just going, just Slayer, put Slayer.
Slayer. That's a given, man. That's a given. If every heavy metal bar should be playing Slayer, they should at least have one Slayer album on a night.
Definitely,
Yeah,
couldn't agree more on
yeah,
that one.
yeah.
Should be like some written in the government or something. It should be
I
as soon as you
reckon we
walk
can get
in.
it. I reckon if we get enough of us commenting on these videos, and we should get it passed as legislation that every heavy metal bar has to play one Slayer album a night.
Definitely.
And I know the rest of Struck a Nerve will totally be on board with that as well.
What song though? Does it have to be a specific song or just any? Is it the bar's choice or?
I don't know. All right, but then let's do this. What's your favorite Slayer album?
Ooh, oh way.
Ooh.
There's not many of them. I mean, me personal fit Seasons of the Abyss, just for the riff. It's me
Seasons is
personal.
quality. Seasons is quality. You can't go wrong with Rain and Blood. I
Rain
know
and
it sounds
Bloods are
like
just,
so
I mean, that's just
cliche,
an
but
absolutely classic album, isn't it? When it comes to
yeah,
it. But
Hella Waits for me as well. Yeah,
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 one of the God Hates Us All was pretty classic for me. Any that I felt like because that was from when I was really getting into metal. Really was
yeah,
Hates Us All. So
yeah. That's a killer album. Yeah, God Hates Us
no,
All,
then after
Bloodline.
that, I
Yeah,
had to go further back and then get into the earlier stuff. But yeah,
yeah,
there's that many.
yeah.
It's hard. How can you?
It's hard
Yeah,
to choose, right? Because it's Slayer. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's just say let's just pass the legislation that has to play every Slayer album
every
every night.
slate.
Every Slayer album. You can't go wrong then.
From the moment you open every single song, full
Slayer,
discography until you close. There we go. Sorted.
Slayer, absolutely.
But we're getting slightly off topic though, Aaron.
Yeah, yeah,
We're
yeah.
here, well, we
My
are
bad.
here to talk about Stuck a Nerve, of course. And you've released the latest single back in early May, May
Oh yeah,
9th, I think it
yeah,
was.
absolutely.
Parade of Violence. It is absolutely banging. It's everything that I want in a thrash song. It's meaty, crunchy fucking riffs, guitar
Yeah,
solo, epic dive bombs and stuff. Your vocals are
mm,
absolutely spot on. Drums just slapping you in the face. You know what I mean? Honestly, it's
yeah,
absolutely
yeah,
everything that I want
yeah.
in a thrash song.
Oh,
Well
thank you, man.
done.
Thank you.
So, but what can you tell us about the creation of this track? Was there any specific concept or idea you
Yeah,
wanted to convey on this song?
yeah, absolutely. So, we're so there's a definite theme through the album, and Parade will fit into that very neatly. So there's a lot of anti-totalitarianism. There's a lot of modern history, be it wars, propagandas, things like that. But Parade is actually about the South American states, Venezuela, Brazil, places like that, where it's so authoritarian, and it's about giving people a voice, really. People in those countries, they can't stand up for themselves sometimes, or if they do, they're beaten to the ground. A lot of the album, and Parade being no exception, is about giving people who are in these awful situations or telling stories about these awful situations a voice. I am a big fan of freedom of speech and freedom of choice. Um, and yeah, it sounds really political. It kind of is that deep, but it's kind of not that deep at the same time,
Mm.
if you know what I mean. But that's what it's about. It's about anti-totalitarianism, and with Lexel in the band, obviously being from Venezuela, he's very aware and has dealt with a lot of that firsthand. So yeah, it feels quite apt if you know what I mean.
So that must feel cathartic for him, does it? Having that song.
I guess so, but we haven't really talked to him about it too much. It's because you don't know where the line is drawn and what you can talk about and what someone has experienced and what they want
Of
to
course. No,
keep
no, of
away.
course.
Yeah, I'd love to get Lexel talking about that track. Actually, that would be great sometime. But yeah, I imagine for him, especially his mum that's over here as well. I imagine that is quite like people not necessarily understand, but people are talking about it.
Oh, big
So,
love
yeah.
to him, because like I say,
Yeah, big up.
that must hard.
Yeah, big up to all the South American countries.
Did he help with the creation of the song, lyric wise, maybe, or is it all just sent from
So he was that song was already written per se, like the shell of it was already written before I asked Lex to join Struck a Nerve. But he laid down the shreds and composed the shreds. He that was his favorite track to play live. But the lyrics were all I had already done the lyrics basically. So yeah, Lex joined at a point where basically we realized that the music was written for two guitars and we couldn't do it without a second guitar. And he's just the perfect dude for it. And like we couldn't think of anyone else in the band really. But yeah.
Sounds like he's joined. It's like written in the stars for him to join this band by the sounds of it.
It's like he's never not been in it. It's like he's never not been in a band with him. It's crazy. So the one thing we actually went into with Struck a Nerve was there's going to be no bullshit. There's going to be no arguments. We're here to have fun, break necks, and just be comrades at heart, basically. And if you ever see us in the studio, watch us live, that really comes across that we are all friends, but we are also here to get a job done, and that job is to make you bang your head. That's it.
Mate, that's all I ever want in a band. Do you know what I mean?
We've done something right.
That's all I've ever wanted, not just in a band, as a community as a whole.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I kind of fathom this, like speak on this enough. We see it on our Twitch channel. I hate negativity. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I cannot stand with it, and I will keep away from it on social media, etc. So to hear yourselves doing that, thank you, man. That's all I want.
Yeah. And we hope that comes across. If you're having fun and you're genuinely doing a fun thing, that will make people have fun. It's that simple, right? It's like positivity rubs off.
Because you'll be bringing people together through your music as well. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's got.
I hope so.
As soon as when you're finished, everyone's my fucking neck's sore. So's mine. Yeah.
Last night we played Manchester. We had bloody noses and everything. It was brilliant.
I was going to ask how did that show go? It was Stockport, wasn't it? Just outside Manchester.
It was Stockport. Yeah, Holy Diver. A long journey, man. Like that was a long journey. But yeah, we got there. The venue's beautiful. Have you ever been there?
I've been to Manchester a few times, not Stockport.
The venue is beautiful. It's everything you want. You've got stained glass.
What was the name of the venue?
Holy Diver.
Holy Diver, that was the name of the. Oh, right.
Yeah, and you've got like stained glass of like Ozzy. You've got pictures of Dio. It's a really nice venue. The turnout was okay. The support bands as well were brilliant. The one that really got me was the band called Death Strip, and that was their second ever show. So it's always nice seeing young guys and girls doing it and actually, keep it up. But those guys were awesome. That was like some Napalm Deathy sort of grindcore stuff. And I was totally into it, to be fair.
Nice. Who was the other band?
Leader, a band called Leader. They're sort of like technical melodic thrash, I guess, if you want to put a thumbprint on it. But those guys are sick. They were sick. The guitarist and singer from that band was brilliant. But yeah, the crowd seemed to enjoy it. It was just obviously as well, you've got to take into consideration it was a Thursday night in Stockport. It was good though. We enjoyed it. We definitely enjoyed it, and we definitely play there again. 100%.
All you want at the end of the day is just for you guys to enjoy it and have a good time.
Yeah.
And with the song, how has the reception been since its release? Have you noticed any particular fan reactions or interpretations that may have surprised you?
I mean, the Nuclear Assault name actually gets thrown around quite a lot, to be fair. Which was, I'm a massive fan of NA, but it's got thrown around a lot more than I thought, because we are obviously more, I would say more on the Slayer sort of obituary edge of things. But people seem to really, really enjoy it, actually. And for a band that's just underground, we're starting afresh, organic. Yeah, it's been received great all over the world. People are loving it, which is nice, because that means when Nath does his comments back, he really enjoys translating, so he gets to nerd out as well. So, yeah.
And compared to your previous singles, Inside the Torture Fortress, brilliant name, by the way, Nocturnal Terror, how do you see Parade of Violence fitting into your evolving sound? Does it represent a progression or a refinement for yourselves?
In a visual aspect, we definitely stepped up in terms of visual aspect. So with the music video, we actually got our friend Stan, who Christian Harvard from Zentrix, known him for years, we got him to do the music video for it. And whereas the other two, we'd done off our own backs with our own cameras. So there's a definite visual progression there. And I think that's paid off, because this song organically it's probably the best song we've done in terms of interaction, in terms of reach worldwide. Yeah, it's great. America seems to love it, dude. Like, America has really latched onto that song. Maybe it's because what's going on with America. Let's not go too political, though. Hey.
Yeah, of course.
Just in case.
Yeah. We don't want that kind of publicity. But with Parade of Violence and following Inside the Torture Fortress, I still can't get over that name. It's brilliant. Nocturnal Terror. There's obviously a clear trajectory forming. Is there a plan to consolidate these singles into a full-length album?
Yeah, album's already done. They're on the album.
Well, you kind of give away the lowdown.
I gave that away right at the start, didn't I?
9 songs is what's expected. But what can fans expect from a Struck Nerve album?
So Nocturnal Nocturnal and Parade are a glimpse. They're like a taster, like a little hors d'oeuvre of what you can expect.
We're going a bit salt beer there, like, are we?
Some of that. They're just like a taster. Torture Fortress is very much its own thing on the album. It's a mid-paced, obituary, stomper, punch the ground sort of song. But yeah, I mean, the next single that we have coming out is even more ballistic than Parade. So for us, Nocturnal was test the waters. Let's get something out there, show people we exist. Fortress was look at the other side of us. We are not one dimensional, but also we're still true to what we say we are, which is dirty and grimy. Parade is like the ramp up. So Parade is the start of our trajectory towards releasing the album. So what you're going to see is for the next two singles, well, for the next single, the next one, and then should be the album launch, you're going to see an upwards trajectory of aggression, speed, precision, but not only that, it's still going to have that really raw, almost like Swedish death metal undertone to it as well. Yeah, it's great. The next
When's
single
this out?
Pardon?
When's this song out?
When's the song out? You'll have to wait and see, won't you?
Oh, mate, you know what it is? I love doing interviews with bands, but at the same time I hate it because all you do is just tease.
Oh, well, I'll tell you. The next song is a sci-fi themed. The lyrics are very Voivod inspired. So,
can you please give us the name? Can you give us the name?
No, I'm not going to do
Oh,
it.
boo!
You have to wait.
Nice. Well, what stage are you currently at? Well, you've already told you finished it, so that completely scrapped that question. But were there any specific challenges or any exciting developments you can share when recording?
Yeah, it was actually so. One, it was the previous bands we've been in. We've never been able to. It's always been Nathan has wrote the tracks, the riffs, everything, right? And then Chris does the drums. That's literally the way it is. I come in, I lay the vocals down, write them. They highlight it in red if they don't like it. They highlight it in green. We go back and forth, right? The most refreshing thing was Lexel joining and Nath actually being able to take a step back from doing all of the shreds. And it was such a relief for him to actually have somebody that he can trade with and gel with and do like a push-pull thing. So for me, that was really refreshing. But also coming back after not singing for 3 years nearly. I say singing, I use it in quotation marks. It's not really singing, it's shouting, isn't it? But for me, it was how my voice has developed and the different sounds I could actually do compared to what I could do before. I actually quite surprised myself on this album, which is, it's not coming from an egotistical point of view. It's just that I made noises that I never thought I'd be able to make. So, this album's exciting. This album's got everything. Like, you haven't heard nothing yet, honestly.
Oh, mate, I cannot wait. I'm excited, man. Just to hear you speak on it, I'm excited.
Us too, man. Us
Just
too.
to hear
Us too.
That's you've built it up that much now. I wanted to hear it.
We'll get you an early copy. We'll get you an early copy.
Mate, please.
We'll get you an early copy.
I believe, did you record at Ritual Studios? Is that correct?
Yeah. So sort of part and part. So Chris, we've used Sam Turbot from Ritual for the last big 3-4 things we've done. And personally, he's always been like this weird fifth member of the band. Like, he'll tell you if it's shit, he'll tell you if it's rad, he'll tell you what to cut, and he'll tell you what is if you're just completely wasting your time. But actually, he's a really constructive member, a really constructive producer to have with you. His drum sound, the thing that I love most about Sam, right, is you can create guitar sounds on anything now. You've got Kempers. You know, it's all digital nowadays. Long gone are the days that I remember where you mic'd up a cab and you actually got in the room and played, right? But his drum sound is just impenetrable. There's no one in the UK that records drums like Sam. I love him. I would recommend anybody to visit Sam. If you're into any sort of extreme music, and you can't think about, is this good? Who do we record with? You get Sam in, he'll make your album sound like $1 million for not $1 million.
I think I'm beginning to see a pattern here. I feel like the last 5 bands I've spoken to have all been part of Ritual Studios in some way. And I have spoken to Sam directly from Ritual Studios, and he's an absolute sound lad. He's got a good ear for talent. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's the ultimate guy at dad jokes as well. He'll just reel you out dad jokes. He'll pause your recording session. He'll turn around to you and he'll be like, "Have I ever told you about that time?" You just know it's going to just be like an absolute. It's going to be awful. And he's great. He's great.
I'm gonna have to have words with him. He didn't give me any dad jokes during when we were interviewing.
Oh mate, don't, because that'll be the end of it. You won't.
That's not the point. I feel let down now. Like, I didn't get any dad jokes. How is Sam? What's going on here?
How are you?
Bless him. So, how do you approach the songwriting process as a band when building an album? Is it a full collaborative effort from the ground up, or do individuals bring ideas to the table?
Yeah, this is an interesting one, because actually we changed the way we wrote songs for this album, and it's worked really well. So it used to be, you're traditional. If you think about a hypothetical band, your guitarist comes to the rehearsal with a riff. The drummer goes, "That's cool." The bassist copies the guitarist. He goes home and writes some words. You come back next session, right? But we actually did it the other way round. So the way we write now is we get Chris to write his drum track, and we will play to that and write to that, and then manipulate it, cut and change it how we need to use it. It's really fruitful, and any band who's thinking about changing the way they write, I recommend doing it that way. And then it would be, lay the guitars down, then the lyrics will come on, and then it's always the shreds and the bass last. I can't write lyrics without hearing a song. I think a song, be it Celine Dion, she would have heard that music before she wrote what she did, right? A song will give you an emotion and make you feel a certain way. So believe it or not, the way I'd write a song is I would get the drums and the guitar. I would then, within the first 30 seconds, it would make me think of a song title, and that's it. We go from there. That's it. We go from there. And that's the way we work as a band. And it works really well. And everyone can play to their strengths that way as well.
I like it. It's a good way of doing it.
Yeah, it's different. It's different, right? And it works.
Could be maybe you've started something for the future, for people to try it that way.
Yeah, try it out, guys.
But given the intensity of your singles, how do you envision the flow and overall atmosphere of a full-length Struck Nerve album? Will it maintain the same relentless energy throughout, or will it be a dynamic shifts?
It's crap, mate. You don't want to hear it. No, No, it's like I said to you in like the previous question.
Yeah.
Like what you've heard so far is like the bottom of the iceberg. We're working our way to the tip now. No, hang on. If it's an iceberg, it'd be that way, wouldn't it? We're climbing the We're climbing the mountain, if you will. This is nothing. Like this is really tame compared to what else is on the album. Like you have no idea.
So what are your hopes and aspirations for the album? What do you want listeners to take away?
I want listeners to learn something about the world.
And apart from
and how,
injured necks, of course, and probably hospital bills.
don't send them to me. I don't want them. I want people to learn something. I want people to listen to the song, and when they feel what they feel when they hear the song, read the lyrics and learn about how shit this world is we live in. But I want people to feel unity with it. Like again, everybody deserves a voice. Everybody deserves to be listened to. We're all outcasts in our own way, be it metalheads, be it punks, be it R&B, people who like R&B, or everyone's an outcast in their own way, and everyone can find their sanctuary in some form of music. And when I want people to hear it, 1, I want a broken neck. 2, I want you at the show. 3, I want you to that album to actually be memorable and stick in your head. We just want to have fun, go out and play some shows, tear it up, and it's as simple as that. It is that simple. Hey, we've got a tour coming up for our album launch, which is, I'm not going to say when, and it's going well already. Like both the bands we're playing with, they're not from the UK. So we're going out and we're doing these runs already. But that's it. I want people to feel something, the lyrics. I want people to feel the horror, but without being grotesque about it as well.
I'm sorry, but this might come off across as a bit weird, Aaron, but I feel like you're my metal soulmate.
My metal soul. I mean, it's 2025, dude. We can get married. It's cool.
I'm down for that.
I'm sure we could have some candlelit dinners talking about Slayer. Like, I'm game.
Yes.
I'm game
Yes.
it.
I'm down for that. Like,
yeah,
sounds like a
sure.
plan.
Yeah.
The biggest, the difficult decision of the day is what album do we listen to? Doesn't sound like a bad deal to me.
Yeah.
Can you? I can't remember if I asked. Are you allowed to give with the album name? I know you said you couldn't give with the song name earlier on, but can you at least give with the album name? Or a rough date of when this masterpiece.
The album will be out end of August, beginning of September.
Right, excellent. So
okay.
we've got a rough time frame of when we're expecting this,
and be shocked by the artwork as well, because it's not what you expect. It's completely different to anything.
Going off your artwork that you've got for your singles, it's very old school. It looks like it's hand drawn. It looks like tattoos.
Yeah, it's all hand drawn. Yeah, all hand drawn. All hand drawn.
Who's the artist behind this?
It's a guy called Wes. So I've met the guy once, but Nathan really deals with him. And believe it or not, a lot of it's great because you can just send him a song and he'll read the lyrics and he gets his artwork idea from the lyrics. So he's brilliant. And our album, let's just say the art inside the sleeves, we've really gone full on that. There is some really special artwork bits that have been just done just for you guys to enjoy, basically. Every song has its own special piece. Everything's been given love and attention. But Wes is brilliant, and he's great at what he does. He's great, and he's so polite.
You haven't been teasing us in plain sight, have you? Because that's not the album cover behind you on your monitor, is it?
Oh, no. That's Voivod. So, do you like Voivod? Not many people do.
I'm not too. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not too familiar with them.
Right, this wedding's off, bro.
No,
no, me and Nath. It's one half of Struck a Nerve really love Voivod. It's me and Nath, and we could listen to it all day. And the other half don't, and there's just constant arguments about it. It's brilliant. Yeah, I love it. Yes, Voivod, The Wait. It's arguably probably the best heavy metal album of the 2010s, maybe. It's up there with Surgical Steel and Carcass. But yeah, if you give it a chance, it's a masterpiece. Absolute masterpiece.
I'll give it a spin after we have finished. I was going to say, has this been like a tease throughout the entire thing? You've been sat there with the album.
Can you imagine if I did that? Imagine. That would have been a good one, wouldn't
it? It would have been.
No, it's not. Sorry to disappoint.
Well, you could have just lied, and then when
The
it's
artwork's
released,
just as ballistic as that, though. The artwork's
is
just as
it
ballistic. Yeah,
nice?
it's good. It's good.
And physicals, will we get physical releases? Of course.
You will get physical releases. Yes, don't
Yeah.
worry. We'll be doing signed, physical, limited run of t-shirts, patches, everything you can think of that a metalhead would want.
Well,
But
when you're saying that, is there a vinyl then?
yet to be decided. Let's see how the album pre-sales go. If we get enough pre-sales, we'll do a limited run of vinyl. Because we've already decided if we do what color the vinyl will be. So
Oh, ooh,
I'll tell you what color the vinyl would be.
go on.
It'd be see-through pumpkin orange.
Ooh, I like that. I
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, it's different, right? Spicy.
I like that. Orange splatter.
No, just orange with a purple,
Just
purple
orange.
middle.
Well, ooh,
Yeah.
I like it.
I know, right? It's weird, right?
So there's some hints on what the album cover is going to look like then, because I
I
imagine
don't
it
know.
will.
Is it?
Yeah, well, it could. Normally it blends with something. Normally you kind of tend to blend with the album cover. I don't know.
Maybe.
God,
Maybe.
nowadays I've never been
You'll see soon.
teased so much in my entire life. Right. So anything. So what would when it is released? When are we going on tour? If you're able to give any information, any dates upcoming, or if you can't give any information of when you're playing for the album, can you got any general dates coming up?
We'll be touring around the album release, so keep your eyes peeled for there. We're playing Thrash Chester
That's in
in
November.
God knows when. Yeah, dude, like my mind is just like it's just fried at the moment. Yeah, so we're playing Thrash Chester. There are more shows to be announced. Yeah. You'll see. I'm sure you'll see.
Yeah. And when are you coming to Newcastle?
So we were actually looking at doing Newcastle this month.
Oh.
However,
what do you mean? Do you mean May or June?
No, I meant May. We were gonna play it in May, but we actually couldn't get they didn't have the dates we wanted to play, so
fair enough.
We couldn't make it happen. But yeah, we want to play. We'll be playing Newcastle for sure. That's on there because we'll do like a run like Newcastle, Edinburgh, Manchester, Glasgow, maybe that sort of thing.
We kind of maybe just follow that through with Thrash Chester, maybe, or
maybe. Who knows what we've got planned?
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of mystery. I tell you what it is. I'll just bug your manager, Alf. He's partnered with us at the end of the day. So.
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah, he'll give you the album probably. He'll probably just tell you everything.
Alf, what's going on? Tell us the details.
What's going on, boy?
You've sent us Aaron. He's just teased us all the way through his interview.
Can you imagine? I put in all that hard effort to be mysterious. Oh.
Just grassed in.
Yeah. He's fired.
Chubby now. Oh shit. Sorry, Alf. I didn't mean to do that. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
So before we go into some quick fires, anything that you wish to share with anyone who may be discovering Struck a Nerve for the first time?
Yeah, if anyone's discovering us for the first time, 1, well done. 2, you've got a fine taste in music. 3, thank you. Like we didn't know what to expect with Struck a Nerve. Coming from what we've done previous, and I won't mention names because that's not what we're about. But coming from what we've done previous, we didn't know how it would go, right? And it's been the most successful thing, the most successful starter project we've ever done, ever. Everything's hit the right buttons. Everybody loves it. Aziz, left, right, here in the UK, everybody's wanting a bit of Struck a Nerve at the moment. And to be honest, it's like we can't actually play enough shows. People want us to play shows and we just can't. We haven't got the time. So just keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on streaming. Go head on over to our Bandcamp, buy a t-shirt. We specifically asked for them in jizz yellow and orange, right? So you can say to your friends that you've got a jizz yellow t-shirt. Who else does that? Struck a Nerve does.
I just like just the way you explain and jizz yellow. That's the
yeah. We'll get you a t-shirt. We'll get you a t-shirt sent over, mate, and you'll see what I mean. But yeah, the reception has been great. Keep doing what you're doing, guys. Keep feeding the underground. And we are the best new face to UK underground thrash, and we'll show you what we're all about.
I love that confidence, mate. I absolutely love that confidence.
When the next single comes out, you guys you ain't got a clue, mate.
I love the confidence of it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
So, couple of community quickfires, if you will, and being from Newcastle and our Get Heavy UK community always expects us to ask this question.
I love this.
What is your Greg's order?
My Greg's order? It's quite simple. You can make a mistake with Greg's with going for the singulars, right? You can go, I'll have a sausage roll, I'll have a chicken bake. But what you really need to do is go in there, £6.99, 4 massive slices of pizza, pot of garlic dip. Everyone's a winner, mate. And I get a bit bored of sausage rolls, so the pizza's the one for me.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
If you're all trapped in an elevator, to escape, we must collectively hum the theme to a tune, the most embarrassing non-metal TV show you know. What show is it?
And the most non-metal TV show. Thomas the Tank Engine.
But who's going to crack first? Who's going to just start giggling straight away?
Oh, Chris. It'll be Chris. Because I realise how ridiculous we all are.
What's the most unlikely off-the-wall fan theory you've ever heard about your band?
A fan theory? That was good. No, I haven't heard any fan theories. If anyone wants to start sending us fan theories and maybe creating this alternate universe, go for it, because I want to hear it.
If inside the Torture Fortress had a secret hidden room, what mundane yet surprisingly creepy object would be found there?
Oh, that's easy. It would be a box with nails pushed in from the outside and then a lid on top with a padlock.
Describe your perfect mosh pit accessory.
A bloody nose.
And finally, if Struck a Nerve had to compete in the Eurovision Song Contest, what would your stage elaborate gimmick be to confuse and delight the audience?
Birthday suit.
In what extremely non-thrash instrument would one be forced for you to be playing?
What was that? Sorry, one extremely non-thrash instrument.
So yeah.
What if I was forced to play it?
Yeah.
I'd do something really obnoxious like the bagpipes. I'd probably just upset the whole of Scotland there, but they are well loud, aren't they? Yeah, I'd probably do the bagpipes.
I'll add one more additional. You discover a secret government facility that runs on pure thrash metal energy. What's the latest metal object or appliance in that facility that your music powers?
The latest coffee machine. Yeah, like a really not even a good one, like a really cheap Tassimo with really crap middle of the road coffee in it. So then everyone can just be just as pissed off with capitalism as I am, and then we've got more things to write about.
That's absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much for your time, Aaron. Just anything that you wish just to generally plug before you end. Where can we find the band's social media pages?
So we're on all the social medias. We're on all the hippity hop news sites like TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Bandcamp. Check out our merch, and you can also download the singles for £1, and we even do days where we give them away free, all of them. Like the usual stuff that I don't understand still. Nice.
Is it all just Struck a Nerve?
Yeah, just Struck a Nerve UK or Struck a Nerve. That's it. Just head on over there. Comment on our videos as well. Tell us what you like and what you dislike about our stuff, because it's always nice to have feedback as well. It's nice to grow as people, and it keeps you grounded. The last thing we want to do, we're not those kind of people anyway, but the last thing we want to do is become egotistical. So keep us grounded, keep us underground, and we'll stay underground for you.
Nice. All links, of course, for the band's social medias and your latest song will be in the description of the YouTube video, and of course wherever you can get your hands on a podcast. And I'm going to leave you with our Get Heavy motto, which is the rules of the pit, or the rules for life. When someone falls, we pick them up.
Yeah, boy. I love that. That's great.